Okay, here we are with Sam Bullock. Sam, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. Number 18 in the world, I believe, in a kite board foiling side of things. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah. Got 18th at both the last two World Championships.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Mate, we're on a lay day today, so we thought we'd do this little promo video on you volunteer, which is awesome. So we're going to run ourselves right through all the bits and pieces of these amazing bits of kit, and hopefully the listeners get something out of it. Mate, I notice you're wearing a bit of shirt. You want to give your sponsors a bit of a plug here?
Oh, yeah. I've been on the Axis Foils team for the last couple of years, helping with a bit of design work and a lot of prototype testing, so yeah.
And
foils
and I also noticed you got the best sailing video mob sitting on top of your head here in New Zealand.
That's right.
Who were they?
Live, Sail, Die. Awesome videos and awesome crew. So.
Righto, that's enough of the free plugs. Let's get into this. Okay, so we've here, and we're just going to have a chat about the harness and the bars and all that sort of stuff. So Sam, run us through it, mate. What have we all got here?
So this is where the kite attaches to the harness bar. This is a little bit different from what you might see on a normal kiteboarding bar, but this is sort of a race setup. So we've just got a witchard clip here, and all that does is it reduces the distance that the kite attaches away from you, so you can pull the bar much closer to you. But it works the same way. You just got a little quick release that separates you from the kite, and then you can.
And when would you use that?
Oh, sometimes you do get into a bit of trouble. You lose control of the kite, and sometimes you just need to ditch it. But
so that's your final holy shit button.
Well, I also have a secondary leash which I should put on, and it works pretty simple like this. I just put it on, and then if I need to release this one, like the reason I have that is if this comes accidentally disattached, then I don't lose the kite completely. Okay. But if I really need to get rid of it,
you can just go. So you got a two-stage safety on it.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, because I guess
something goes wrong, then you can blow it, and then.
I guess if you're going 100 miles an hour in towards a rock wall, you want to get rid of these kites pretty quick, because at the end of the day, kites don't bleed. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, normally, you're in control, and you would steer away from the rock wall first, but things can happen, and you need to get rid of it sometimes. So.
And your harness is basically the same as a windsurfing harness?
Yeah, pretty much.
To a degree?
The back of the harness does come a little higher, so it gives your back just a little bit more support than a normal windsurfing harness. But
and what's the wire?
Oh, this is so when you're not racing, you can have a long leash, which basically lets you unhook from the bar, and then you can do big handle passes and stuff like that.
Show off shit.
Tricks, yeah.
Right, well there you go with the harness. So let's make our way towards the brains of this sort of thing. What do we have up here?
It is very simple. Like we've basically got two controls, but they're kind of the same thing. You got the control bar, and this steers the kite. If I pull the blue side on the right hand side, that will steer my kite to the right. And if I pull the red side on the left, it'll turn my kite to the left. I also have the ability to increase the amount of power that the kite's going to give by just pulling the bar closer to me. But I do have to be careful, because if I pull it too much, I can stall the kite, and that'll reduce the amount of power that it's producing. So, but that's very much a feel thing, just like sailing a yacht. You can feel
like
what the boat's
out
doing.
and stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
So it's just feeling what pressure, how much you need at any given time.
Okay.
The other control we have is D-power, and that's this red line here. So when I have it off, I've got maximum power, and when the wind increases, I can just keep pulling this on however much I need. And all that's doing is it's increasing the range that I can ease the bar out or pull the bar in. So yeah, it's kind of the same thing as pulling the bar in and out, but it just gives me more range.
You've almost got like a fine tune.
Exactly.
So you can go full tilt or only half throttle.
A little bit, yeah.
Righto, well that seems very simple.
It is very simple, yeah. It's not much to it.
Okay, so we've made our way over to the actual kite. The first thing I've noticed is there's no blow up section in these kites. where traditionally the kites I've always seen, they pumped them up on the shore and then gone for a sail. Why?
That's right, that's definitely the biggest difference. Basically, we can get, if we've got a full foil kite section, then we've got a much more efficient sail. So we can go closer to the wind, upwind, and generate more power with less drag. But as you can see, it does actually inflate, but just in a slightly different way. It's got these air vents you can see here. And so as the kite's flying, the air goes through this vent and then actually inflates the kite just by itself. And you might be able to see on the inside of the kite, it's got all this excess material. And so if the kite should land on the water or land on something, it makes external pressure on the kite and actually bunches up all that material so that the air doesn't just completely rush out of the kite, but sort of just sits in there and maybe drains a little slowly, but it still keeps the kite relatively inflated.
So it doesn't fill up with water and you're not out there for 4 hours.
Exactly, it gives you a little bit of time to, if you do crash into water, figure it out and relaunch it before it's totally full of water.
And another thing I noticed, we've got 3 strings down the bottom and an absolute shitload of strings up the top. I'm believing it's something like about 148 strings or something, is that right?
That's something like that, I don't know exactly, but close to it.
There is a bucket load. So there is the kite, and that word drag keeps coming back from the America's Cup all the way. It's all about this reducing the drag. See, that's why you've gone to the non-inflators.
That's right, yeah. It's just higher performance, higher aspect, less drag, faster.
Okay, let's get this thing up in the air.
Sounds good.
Righto, let's go. Let's get it up. And here we go. So the boys are launching their kites. And it is simple as that. Up the kite goes. Okay, so we've got the kite up in the air, mate.
We do.
Now, this is where all the magic happens. Run us through all these things.
Okay, well, you know, it's just like I said before, you know, we've got this control bar, and that controls the amount of force that the kite's giving us. So if I pull the bar in closer to me, it's going to produce more power, and if I ease the bar out, it's going to depower the kite.
So pulling it down brings the tips down?
No, not really. What it does is it actually increases the camber of the aerofoil section.
Right.
So those 4 bridles up by the kite, it actually uses this purchase system to increase them steadily. And as you can see, like as I pull the bar on, the trailing edge of the kite is sort of pinching.
Yep, and rolling over, and that's what's giving you power.
Exactly.
And then to depower, you just
ease the bar out.
Straight up, and it goes into a so-called neutral position.
Well, the profile flattens out and produces less lift.
Okay, let's go through this left-right thing just so that people can see how that works.
Yeah, so as well as pulling the bar in and out, giving power, I can use the bar to steer the kite left and right. So if I put more tension on this right-hand line, the kite wants to steer to the right. And then if I put more tension on the left-hand line, it wants to steer to the left. So when I'm doing tacks and jibes around the course, I'm just using these 2 lines to steer the kite where I want it to be.
Right, that sounds simple, doesn't it? Now, a quick explanation of the depower thing that we talked about before.
Yeah, so this red line here is my depower system. And so right now, I've got it in max off. So I've got the most power that I can get from this kite. As I pull this line in, the kite is actually just depowering, and so if the wind increases, I'll just keep pulling this on as I need. So I'll have less power and I can hold this kite in more breeze.
Do they have this depower thing on your inflatable recreational kites, or is it just your left, rights and the way you go?
No, they have a similar system, but with these racing bars, you have a much bigger range of depower. So you can carry a single kite in a much bigger range of wind.
Perfect. Now, one thing I have noticed, Sam, when you come a million miles an hour into your jibe and you get all crossed up and you do all your magic, I notice you spin the bar.
Yeah.
Right, just explain what you're actually doing there.
Yeah, well, I can just show you sort of what I'm doing when I'm going through attack. So as I'm going full tit, like as fast as I can, and what I do is I bring the kite up above me, and then as I'm passing through the wind, I do a little twist like this. And then once I've gone going the other direction, I end up with a twist to my lines, and all I have to do is twist the bar out around once, and then it's back to normal and I carry on.
So as long as you remember which way you twist it, everything's easy.
Exactly. You can actually just, you know, sometimes just let go of the bar and it just unwinds itself a little bit.
It's just simple.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so hard. I got no idea. So, mate, I think that's about all we need from you. I think you might be getting a little bit toey and want to go out for a sail. So thank you for joining us here in the Live Sail Die tech team. Mate, good luck with the rest of the week. Well done.
Cheers.
More